I know you're just as excited as I am about this new feature. Enchantments! You could make custom enchantments. Oh, look at that. 17 mining efficiency. 26 because it's efficiency 5 versus efficiency 4. Man, they definitely changed. 10 attack damage, 1 attack speed. Oh my goodness. We're about to mess with things and make something that never used to exist. Where do we begin? I suppose we just take a look at the item here. Oh, it doesn't have the full enchantment thing stored on it. See how it just says mending 1? Notice it says Minecraft mending 1? Yeah, we'll be making Talon something. Oh my word, there's so much stuff. I mean, you saw it just in the additional details. You get the slightest taste. Something is different. So the first question to answer is, can we even put it in a command block? This says Minecraft enchantments. This might be a data pack only thing, which is fine. We're still going to do it. It's just slightly more interactive if it's in the command block, but whatever. So I guess I got to make a data pack. Hang on. Before I make a data pack, let's try and understand what's going on here. So I split it up the way that the data pack is split up. Description. So that's the first one, which I didn't even know descriptions were on enchantments. There's only a couple of interesting ones here that I think we need to understand, which is this. This one's super simple. So enchantments can be applied to a secondary source or a primary source. So in the case of like Silk Touch, you can have a Silk Touch pickaxe. You can have Silk Touch on like a book, for example. But here's the thing. We're specifying this, right? So that means we could be like, I don't want the primary source to be a pickaxe. I would like the primary source to be an ender chest. Presumably that's something we can do. So this could be a really big deal. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right? You know, it's just pick what item you want to put on it. But like, that could be a big deal. We have weight, which is like just if it shows up in an enchanting table. We have min enchanting cost, anvil cost. This one's kind of funky. This chest is empty. It just represents slots. You can make it so the enchantment does different things depending on what slot it's in. So like Swift Sneak only works in your pants. But then the most craziest part of all of this is the effects section. I'm putting a piece of TNT here to visually represent that, because one of the things we're gonna make an enchant. Just why am I typing description? You can have an effect somehow. I don't know all the syntax yet, but you can have it like explode on hit or something. So I'm thinking maybe we could make we could make like a dynamite explosion. That's what I want to try first. Okay, so I speed ran making a potentially valid enchantment. Let's just see. Talon. I think it should show up here. I set it so it only works on golden pickaxes, so maybe it needs to be... And it doesn't work. See, that's weird because I didn't get any errors in the error log either. Is this like a thing where we have to back out? By the way, this looks very, very cool. I like the whole trial chamber thing. What? It does appear that we have some errors. The dynamite made too big of a boom. It exploded the world. Whoopsie. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, there's one thing that was called big particle, and I pretended it was called... No, wait. Oh, I'm still mixing it up. There's a thing, it's called large particle within the explosion effect. Oh, yeah, this is invisible. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, I can't get too ahead of myself. So that's what it wants. Don't put big particle. It'll fail the registry loading. Although that is interesting that it loads it in the registry. Why am I looking for a golden pickaxe? I don't have a golden pickaxe. Do I even have gold? Oh, I do. You're probably like, how does he not know whether he has gold? And it's because I just I don't use it for anything. I don't really do minecart stuff. Oh, I figured out more detailed, like the whole primary and supported thing. So primary isn't just like tools. Primary means can be enchanted through the enchantment table. Supported means can be combined in the anvil. So you know how, for example, like shears, like you can't enchant shears, but you can get a silk touch book and put it on the shears through this. So that would be like a supported item. Oopsie, shearsy. So theoretically, now, oh, do you see it? I see it. Applied enchantment text. It blows stuff up. What did you expect? I didn't really know. It's the description. I don't really know how that works or where it shows up. I thought it was a JSON component, which is why I did the like brackets with the text, and yeah, we'll have to figure that out later. So, oh, it just shows right there. That's actually really funny. You just have a pickaxe and it says it blows stuff up. What did you expect? Okay, so I think if I hit a block, something happens maybe. Oh, that is... Where's the particles? The particle thing I gave it must have been invalid. Yeah, so this is the power of the new enchantments. Are you impressed yet? I cannot believe Minecraft added this. Or Mojang. Minecraft. The game is adding things within itself? What? This is how you know they don't just have AI coming up with ideas there. So, yeah, this triggers anytime we click a block. You'll notice the durability doesn't go down or anything. So this is very, very rudimentary. I mentioned I speedran it. I'm curious what happens if we break a block. Nothing in particular. All right, we're gonna do something really stupid. I'm curious just how this interaction works. If we click this, no, nothing. I was wondering if it would like trigger the TNT or something insane. So we have a pickaxe. It pretends to be dynamite, but nothing really happens. As entertaining as this is, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm very entertained. As entertaining as this is, it doesn't really do anything. Not to mention there's not any proper trade-offs or, you know, all that jazz. So we need to improve this. So that means we're gonna focus in on the the effects part of this. So we can get rid of all these other... I'm a child. Okay. Oh. So you might notice it's triggering when we hit the block. There are some other things you can do. For example, like after you attack an entity, and then there might be some. There's other ones for sure. There's so much stuff. It's like, it's ridiculous. But you'll notice we're not actually doing any damage or affecting the environment, and that's because I intentionally set it to none. But there are some other options, such as bed. So we could have like a bed explosion. There's mob. There's TNT. I feel like TNT would make the most sense because dynamite, TNT. Is that the same thing? I don't actually know. I mean, obviously that looks like what, 16 stacks of, or no, yeah, 16 dynamite right next to each other. So TNT is just a package of dynamite, I guess, in Minecraft's case. Well, anyway, so yeah, let's make it blow up like TNT and see what that does. I'm not sure if we need to reload. I just logged in and out, so that should work. I don't know if we need to re-enchant this, basically, but that's a no. No, we don't need to re-enchant it. Wait, did the durability go down? 25. Oops. 25. So the durability still isn't going down. Wait. Inventory is full. Impossible. I got all this stuff for the showing how things work, and now my inventory's just stuffed to the brim. Oh, you guys probably don't even know this is down here. This is from a long time ago. This used to be a netherwort farm, but it actually functioned as a creeper farm unintentionally because it was dark and the spawn space, I don't know, it seemed to accommodate creepers pretty well. Like I put slabs all around the edges and it didn't help at all. There you go. That's a little piece of secret Talon's Oasis info. Okay, so the description is getting me every time. I forget it's there. Okay, so we need to make this get its durability reduced. So let's think for a moment. What would be fair, right? This is a totally nonsense enchant. Oh, hey, does it damage? How about you stand right over here, sir? No, it doesn't. Oh, I think that's actually a separate effect to cause damage. We really need to not let this fire get out of control because yeah, everything can catch on fire here. This is just asking for a wildfire. How much durability of a pickaxe is worth 1 TNT, right? Because that's pretty much what we're doing. We can change the radius on the explosion actually to make it more fair, but just preliminary, like what would be fair? Like 1 TNT is what, 5 gunpowder, 4 sand? Because we can make it remove as much durability as we want. You know how like normally you just remove 1 durability, right? When you like break a block, we could have it remove 22 durability. But to get one gunpowder, let's say it takes 2 or 3 swings, which would be 2 or 3 durability, and then we multiply that by how many creepers the total gunpowder would be, which we could say 3 hits and about 3 creepers ish. So we could say this would be worth 9 durability. Honestly, that sounds a little too low, but we'll just roll with it. So double check, 23, boomba. Look at that, 14 now. So now we actually have some trade-off for such a powerful enchantment. I really need a better place to be testing explosions. There we go. Okay, what next here? All right, I think we're gonna head over to my witch farm, which I don't actually have a portal, only a compass that goes to a netherite thing, whatever they're called, anchor. Because I want to take a look at one of the other new things they added in 1.21. Ah, yes. So from what I hear, you get more drops from witches now. Oops. They're laughing at me. They scared me off. And they think it's funny. So if I understand this correctly, you can get more redstone. So we have 19 currently. And there's 2 in there. The glowing effect is something I added for with command blocks. That's why these command blocks are here. Oh, 19 to 31 with just 2. Oh, I thought it was like you got 4 each time now. Apparently that is the minimum. What is that, 12 each? So they both dropped 6, or an average of 6. Whoa, dude. So we need redstone to make command blocks. Do I have the recipe? No. Well, whatever. Basically, we need 1 redstone block per command block. That's how we balance it. And that's why I wanted to set up this farm, is to get redstone. But it wasn't very fruitful, as you can see from the 19 redstone in there. But yeah, if we're getting like 6 per witch, this could this farm might have some life to it again. This is a very unique and questionable farm that I made here. The platform isn't really unique, but this like little minecart thingy, basically you sit in it and you can AFK and it just spins you around here. So that you're not going to get like shot from skeletons and whatnot, hopefully. Although I was in the process of like spawn proofing. But yeah, I haven't like lit up all the caves and stuff, so it's not the best farm. Let's just be real here. It might have some promise though, considering what we saw there. So might be something worth working on in the future. I just wanted to check that just to see it with my own eyes, and that honestly shocked me. I'm pretty surprised. I just realized the minecart is not making sounds. I find that unsettling. Did they change that? Or did I turn it off? Wait, if I turn on subtitles, will it say stuff? Minecarts don't make sound on the track anymore? What? That is super weird. Okay, I missed that in the patch notes. Okay, now we can really move on to the next thing, but like, that's pretty weird. Wow, it just started raining. Before we get back to doing the whole enchantments thing, there's two smaller changes in 1.21 that I would really like to check out. So normally, type equals sniffer. I mean, you've seen me type this kind of stuff out a million times. Sort equals nearest, limit equals 1. Very, very long, very annoying, except that in 1.21, they added, you might have caught a glimpse of it, at n. That automatically does sort equals nearest and limit equals 1. So all we have to specify is type equals sniffer. This is such a huge quality of life change for me. Like, I know you guys have seen me type it out, you know, maybe 100 times, but like I've typed it out probably a million times. I mean, I'm so sick of typing that sequence. And now they just made it back to the way it was. Oh, and I love it. At n, nearest entity. I wonder what happens if you don't put a type in. Oh, this is me, I think. Custom name refraction. I think, is that my helmet? Yeah. So it literally is any entity. Just sort of, oh my goodness. That's so nice. Oh, weird, it doesn't store the full data on it. So that really is all in the data pack. I was kind of curious about that. Okay, so that's a very, very little change. Now we'll go do something that potentially we could use with the custom enchantments, but I'll be looking at it in a different context. So fair warning, this might be a little nerdy. So these graphs represent chance, the chance for a various outcome to happen. We've used it in a few different projects. One of those is Pokemob. So if you look at the scale, see how it says plus minus, just ignore the plus, minus 0.457%. So we change the scale of a creature depending on this distribution. With a linear distribution, everything has an equal chance. So if you pick this number, you get that one, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. Each one is different. Each one has an equal chance. That's why it's a straight line. This one obviously is exponential. So you pick a bunch of like these first three numbers and you get the same output. All of them would be 0 because it's at the bottom, and then it kind of barely creeps up. And then only at the very, very highest input do you get a high output. So that is, you know, very weighted toward positive stuff. But this was a very modified one because you have to modify stuff with scoreboard. You do scoreboard players operation, and you can change the values of things and like multiply stuff together, and it gets really complicated. But the more complex you make it, the more you can control the shape of the graph. So because this one only works for positive numbers, I made a thing where it basically chops off the top part of the graph and splits it so that you can get negative values too, so that you could get negative sizes, for example, for the Pokemobs thing. Very jank, and it takes a fair bit of commands to even do something as simple as this. But they've added something. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how to access it, but it's somewhere here. Aha, found it. Okay, so it's a predicate, and you'll notice we have random chance and then chance. I have it at 0.1, so you'll see it says test failed, and every so often it'll say test pass, basically 10% chance. So that's effectively linear because each random number that it's drawing and comparing to this chance, each number has the same chance. But you can make a number provider be in here. If we specify in here type binomial, we can get a very different shape. And just so you don't have to go like look up, this is the perfect drawing of a binomial distribution. So it's the bell curve basically, right? Where it goes up in roughly the middle, although you can shift it so you can have the curve be like more weighted toward the top or towards the bottom. But yeah, this is a lot different than both of these because it's equally distributed, where this has a low chance and this has a low chance. So both extremes are equally low if you put it smack in the center. So I was just fiddling with the numbers and I managed to get it to it. It's running 20 times a second and it's only failing very, very rarely now. The failure would be like the flat part of the graph on either side. So it's pretty rare. It's only failed twice so far. Oh, 3 times now. So it could be kind of interesting. I mean, we could even apply chance into one of our enchants. Like we could have this dynamite thing. It could be chance-based. Okay, so remember how I was talking to you about the effects. You know, we have the TNT, we have the durability reduction. Those are both effects. Whoops, you really can't punch that. So those are pretty straightforward. This one creates a boom, this one reduces durability. But in addition, each effect can have a requirement. So this is where we can put our predicate. Load it back in, load it back in. So with that simple change, I should probably go over here. This place is already wrecked pretty bad. We can destroy it a little bit more. So now it should only sometimes do the explosion. That's every time. You've got to be joking me. Okay, so let's just look at the damage here. 6 durability. It's a fail, but the damage went down. Damage is still going down. 3, and eventually it'll break or else it'll trigger. You want to know what the problem was? Requirement is not requirements. Had to be requirements. That's where the predicate goes. But anyways, now I need a new pickaxe, which we shall enchant with dynamite. Man, you can really burn through durability like that. That does actually fit the dynamite thing pretty well. It's like you light it, like in real life. Dynamite can be finicky. So that's actually, that's pretty cool. So there's 2 more things that I want to try here for our custom enchantment today. And one of them has to do with levels. So you see, you know, efficiency 5, efficiency 4, like it changes the mining efficiency. You can change outputted values with the enchantment levels. So a simple way to show that is, let's just get one explosion here. And pay attention to the radius. So I have it set to 1.5, which makes this 3 by 3 hole, and maybe a little bit bigger if I was off to the side. We can scale the radius with the level of the enchant. And there's a lot of things that you can scale with the level of the enchant. So let's try that. So take a look here. If we do enchant and we have a level of 2, you'll notice it says 2 is higher than the maximum level of 1. So I already set this to be only, it's maxed out at 1, but theoretically, I should be able to give myself a higher level if I include it in here. Yeah. I was just kind of curious how this would work. Like you can set the maximum level higher, so like you could get it in an enchanting table or whatever, or you could combine them and get better stuff or whatever. I was just kind of confused and curious if this would work. So let's just give me, oh, my inventory's full. Dynamite 2. Oh, wow, it displays it correctly and everything. So this should have a bigger radius. So as you recall before, it was 3 blocks wide. So now, if we give it a few tries, more than a few tries. Whoa! I don't know about you, but that looks a little bit bigger than 3 to me. Definitely deeper. It's interesting because you can see it wasn't just a perfect like 5 by 5 now. It's like 3, but like a little bit deeper. And also it's kind of like breaking into the walls and up a little bit further. So we'll just toss it in there. And if we say, I don't know, do 5. Yeah, dynamite 5. This ought to be dynamite. Well, you can see it is very clearly increasing with the level. So the enchantment can grow as you have a bigger and stronger enchant put on the weapon. So that's pretty sweet. I'm particularly impressed with what is included in the level. Did I just place all those blocks so I could blow them up again? Yeah. Oh, like I was saying though, I'm pretty impressed that they included so much stuff to be affected by level enchants or level provider thingies. Because like the radius could have just been a flat number. They could have done that, but they didn't. Mojang went try hard on this is what I'm getting at. And you'll realize how try hard when we do the final and potentially most important addition to our enchantment. So I'm pretty sure you know what a function is, but just to make sure, I made a quick little function here, and you'll notice if I run it once, it can trigger multiple commands. So it says, I'm a function, not a command block, meaning there can be multiple commands triggered at once. So there's two say commands that are happening there. And what's crazy is we can trigger a function with our enchantments. So I put a little surprise in that function. It's going to do a little bit more than what we saw. I hear a skeleton. I'm looking for the skeleton. There's a crafting table and coal in here. That's weird. Well, you know what? I really want to mine this coal. Don't you think that's a good idea? Whoa! Yeah, so I made our custom trees get triggered by this enchantment. And you'll notice it only triggered when the explosion triggered, which by the way, I played back the footage, and if you watch really carefully when the explosion happens, the particles are there. See that? Better light this place up. I had to add them separately. There's like a spawn particles thing, but anyway, like there's a whole entire custom trees that are getting triggered from one pickaxe. And here's the thing, that's all done without just constant checks. I don't have to run like some giant thing in the background that's constantly detecting whether or not I've swung my pickaxe and whether or not it was enchanted and whether or not it hit a certain block. Like it's all handled within the enchantment, which means it's way, way, way more efficient. Oh, come on. Spam. Oh my. Okay, wow, 2 in a row. Oh dear. I may have made a mistake. Oh, this is great. That's a pretty fun enchantment. There's a lot of fun enchantments that are available. Pretty cool. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for this episode. We got to try out some custom enchantments. I was so excited for this update. I knew that it was coming. And I knew that there would be some pretty crazy stuff you could do with it, although I didn't anticipate how much crazy stuff. The whole level-based thing is just very surprising to me. Although it makes perfect sense after we've seen it, of course, right? Well, I hope you guys learned a little bit about the new custom enchantments, and I hope that that inspired you if you are thinking about trying to make such a thing yourself. They're definitely very powerful, and I can see them getting used for a lot of stuff. Particularly because they're basically an event system, right? So yeah, sky's the limit with that, I think. It'll be pretty cool to see all the kinds of things that people come up with. But yeah, for now, that is it for me. And if anyone can explain the whole binomial distribution, like how to change the N and the P to get the type of chance that you want, let me know. At N is still my favorite though. Oh, so nice and short. Oh my word, I love it. Okay, that is gonna be it from me. So I'll catch you in the next one. Later.